live today. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to be with you. Thank you all for coming today. It's such a privilege to be here with all of my friends and family. And I want to thank the media for coming out. You know, we're holding off the rain because this is a special day. All right? We got prayed up this morning with Reverend Durley and all of the pilgrims going to the Civil Rights Museum, and they send their prayers and their thoughts, so I want to thank them in advance. And let me just tell you, life is a funny thing. 7 months ago, I made the difficult decision to put my dream aside to ensure that my family was taken care of and got all of the things that they need and deserve. But that doesn't make me special. In talking to friends all across the city, I find that many of them have parents who get sick. Many of them have homes that have gotten broken into. Life throws us curveballs and we deal with them. What do we do in Atlanta? We hit them out of the park, right? So I made a tough decision, and I did it without regret. That's what I did 7 months ago. But the good news is that we had a surprise in our family, and it was a pleasant one that has enabled me and our family to stabilize our personal situation. So that's good news. And we know that good news is not all life surprises or not that difficult. And in my family's case, late last year, we discovered this wonderful surprise that turned out to be a tremendous blessing, providing the need to stabilize my parents and helping them make the best of their later years. Now, the details of my family situation and my parents' health are our own, and I ask you to respect and honor that. But for me, this is a great relief and allowed me to reconsider the goal that I started toward last year. And so the desire that led me into this race has never waned, and my belief in the greatness of the city and its people has only grown. As I said, life is a funny thing. Here I am 7 months later after I thought it was over, and more than 40 years after the great Maynard Jackson inspired me to serve. I'm here to officially announce my candidacy for mayor of the city of Atlanta. My story is uniquely Atlanta. My grandfather, William Holmes Borders Sr., helped integrate Atlanta's police force and delivered a powerful message of pride and self-sufficiency from the pulpit of Wheat Street Baptist Church. My father here, a Morehouse man, you know, you can always tell a Morehouse man. You can't tell him much, but you can always tell a Morehouse man. He became a family doctor, and my mother, Gloria Borders, became a community activist in Southwest Atlanta. Now, I have my own integration story as one of only a handful of African American students who helped to integrate one of Atlanta's top independent schools. And after years of building bridges between Atlanta's many communities, I was fortunate in 2004 to earn the opportunity to serve as Atlanta City Council President. Now, a story like mine is only possible in a city like Atlanta, where North and South, black and white, old and young, business and civic, have tried to rise above labels and work together for the common good. Now, it's no secret that Atlanta is facing some extraordinary challenges. At every turn, we're met with the reality that even though we've made significant progress over the last 8 years, we still have a long way to go. The past year has brought financial difficulty on a scale that's hard to imagine on city services and on our city as a whole. Now, I believe these challenges require a leader who knows this city and who trusts in its ability to meet our obstacles head on. And I believe our city is ready to embrace innovation and new ideas so that we can move the city forward. We all know that we can't keep running government the same way we always have and expect better results. We know that's the definition of insanity. And we know in Atlanta, we are not insane. We're a lot of things, but insane is not one of them. But as importantly, I believe in the Atlanta way that says any challenge that we face can be overcome by the collective will of an engaged city. So I believe in Atlanta. I believe in this city. I believe in an Atlanta that makes the safety of its citizens the top priority. Yes, we need to hire more firemen and more police officers and corrections officers, but we also need to embrace new and different approaches to our community policing efforts and cross-training our public safety officials and recognizing that everything from code enforcement to after-school recreation are parts of public safety. I believe in an Atlanta that watches every dollar and makes decisions that make sense. Everyone knows I've been a single parent for 20 of my child's 27 years of living. Of course, I guess he's grown now. He's 27. But I would tell you that it's not just single moms that know this lesson. It's every citizen in the city. We are having a difficult time, not only in Atlanta, but all across the country. So I realize that the city must figure out how to do more with less. This economic crisis will pass, but the city's long-term retirement and health care obligations are enough to challenge our budgets well into the future. So we must get our financial house in order. And now is the time to put all of our options on the table and agree that we can no longer continue to do things the same way and really expect things to change and get better for the city of Atlanta. So I believe in a city that does the little things right, but never loses sight of the big picture. The best city government is reliable and invisible until you really need it. Your water bill should be right, your streets should be paved, the trash should be removed, and you should never have to think about it. But on the other hand, other ideas like the Beltline are far from every day and the type of large-scale project that require government leadership. Great cities do the everyday and the every decade equally well. I believe in a green Atlanta, an Atlanta that understands sustainability is not just a buzzword, it's a way of life. A change in the culture and the behavior of our city and our citizens. Atlanta should reward citizens and companies that work to lessen the impact on our environment. City Hall should also set the example, embracing renewable energy, comprehensive recycling, and across-the-board conversations relative to sustainability. This is a city with a wonderful tree canopy. And for those of us who live and love the trees, we need to do more for them. We need to embrace them. Now, most of all, I believe in a city that works. Everybody knows me and knows that I fix things that are broken. That's part of my DNA. So when you call 911, help should arrive. When property is neglected, code enforcement should hold the owner accountable. When your water bill is wrong, it should be fixed. And when the trash is full, it should be picked up. So as mayor, I want to be focused on making the city work, focusing on the fundamentals. And when it doesn't, I will act. Be very clear, I will act. As I tell my colleagues on council, don't ever get it twisted. I am very clear on what my responsibilities are and what they will be. So over the next 7 months, I look forward to hearing about the Atlanta you believe in, discussing these ideas and all the other subjects that you think are pertinent, from neighborhood preservation to affordable housing and transportation. Because I believe the best future for Atlanta is one built on a constant conversation between those who serve and those whose trust put them there. So I invite you all to visit our new website, bordersforatlanta.com, to join the conversation, and better yet, join the team. I need your time, your support, and your prayers as we begin this journey. So because together, I think the only way we can do this is together. We need everyone to get engaged. No mayor, no council, no government entity can do this alone. We need an engaged citizenry. And so the call to action is today. Come and join this team because we are ready to get to work. Thank you all. Yes, I can do that. Let me take a few questions. I know there are members of the media here. Who's got a question? Channel 46. Okay, thank you for the question. The question was, with all the things that are perhaps not working and all the challenges that we face, something that I would correct. Here's what, and now, thank you. What I would tell you is the city finance infrastructure is not working. We are working on that today, but it needs significantly more work. We have not invested in the city's financial infrastructure and in the finance department for decades. I would say that Mayor Franklin had the sewers when she came in 2002. I will inherit a finance system that is broken. And so it has to be fundamentally repaired. And I would ask our public sector and our private sector to work together. So we have to prioritize. So for me, public safety would be the #1 priority, which means no matter how much money or how little money you get, the first line of defense is public safety. So those dollars should be fully committed for that service first, for sworn personnel, for police and fire. So that should be taken completely off the table. Furloughs, I mean. Other questions? Yes, sir. That's an interesting concept. You know, every time other folks run out of money, they come looking for the airport. Let me just say, the airport is a federally regulated entity and enterprise. It is the largest and busiest in the world. It is the economic engine for the southeastern part of the United States. It is run extremely well. The state cannot take over the airport. It's against the law. Perhaps some of our fellow legislators on the Hill don't understand that because they've never run an airport. They don't have the expertise to run an airport. But what I would tell you is that perhaps finance should be the #1 item on their agenda as well, as opposed to reaching in a pot and saying we can take money from some enterprise that doesn't belong to them. My suggestion would be, or my statement would be, we don't take money out of the airport in the city of Atlanta. What happens at the airport stays at the airport. Federal regulations require it. So this notion that the state can take it or take money out of it is just incorrect. It's patently wrong. All right, thank you all for coming so much today. I'm delighted to have my supporters here. Thank you. Let's get busy. We got work to do. We got a race to run and a campaign to win. I am delighted to offer my service to my fellow citizens in the city of Atlanta. Thank you so much.